because he's a superstar. Yeah, he's a real superstar. So our daughter Nicole, our 28-year-old daughter, she's got two little children, one newborn and one little 3-year-old Harry. And Harry sometimes goes out for coffee with us on a Saturday morning. We just love it. It's good fun. And, keep in mind, we've got 6 millennial kids, and so therefore we've had 1,000 kids. We just love going through this next motion now. It's fantastic. And Harry just thinks it's fantastic because Nicole, her husband works in real estate, so he's pretty much working on the weekends. So Nicole's got the little baby. She's just, a few months old. And we say, look, we'll take Harry off your hands for a few hours. We just love every second of it. And I've got him to say, but I haven't been game enough to get him on camera yet because I don't know how Nicole would go about it. It'd be child exploitation because I say to him, who do you work for? And this little 3-year-old will look up at the camera and go, the Institute, oh wow, just magic. I've got to put him on the camera, but Gail won't let me do that just yet. But Harry, when we're going out for coffee in the morning, he'll come up to our bedroom and he'll say to me, wear this. It's the grottiest lawn mowing orange like polo that I've got. It's filthy dirty, there's oil stains all over. I don't know how they got there, I wouldn't know what to do with oil. And it'll be just, it's the lawn mowing one, isn't it? And he's got to a stage now, is that can't go for coffee unless you wear that orange t-shirt. And I'm thinking, if I do a Facebook Live, they're going to think that I've lost the whole business, that it's gone downhill, Okay, so therefore, what I have to say to you, though, is that if you're going to do the Facebook Live stuff, yes, don't turn it into an infomercial. Just what you saw there, I picked up a client just out of that candy one, and you saw there was no hard sell there. It was me just basically, I guess, snapshotting what was happening for that guy's business. Did I show off that I was responsible for a lot of it? Of course I did. And that attracted someone to pick up the phone and contact us. But you shouldn't be on there sounding like a Kerry Ann infomercial because it's not built for that. Someone was saying to me, and I guess it's the truth, is that social media is like a barbecue. So if I walked up to you at a barbecue and said, look, how are you? Have you got a shit business and you need more sales? Well, my name's John Dwyer, I own the Institute of Wow, and we're interested in direct response marketing. Here's a business card. I think you'd be going, okay, I've got to go to the toilet, whereas if we talked about the football and the family and what are you doing, something, maybe after 3 or 4 hours of just interacting, at the end of that, it might be, oh, do you want to swap a business card? By the way, and that's pretty much what this social media thing is. It's like a barbecue. So you've got to give before you ask. And as long as you can give in an animated, entertaining way, then it's a money machine. It's a printing machine for you, as long as you have the content given to them in an entertaining way. So let's just put this to the test. We're going to break now for lunch, but who thinks that they can do a Facebook Live in an entertaining way?
Sure.
Okay, well, a lot of you are in deep shit. Okay, or you just did a seminar and got sick of putting your hands up all the time, like they always get asked. Look, if you don't feel comfy in front of the camera, and give it a shot, even if you don't. And Greg, I think you're very natural the way you do it. But were you confident in the first place, or you just thought, bugger it, I'll do it? You got a microphone? Okay.
No, I just decided to do it, and then it just becomes easy. It's like when we were in Bali recently, Sharon and I, and this is something that was a bit of an idea, because I find it hard to sort of doing this, how to do a Facebook Live today and stop what you're doing to do a Facebook Live. When we were in Bali recently, because we ran an event over there, we took a day out and got a driver, just drive us all over Bali. When we see an interesting scenery or spots or whatever, we just got them to stop, even to the stage where then I'd do 2 or 3 lives in that environment. They weren't live, so they were filmed. But they were to be played later in that environment. Drive a bit further, change a shirt, different environment. So we put together 35 2 to 5 minute shots.
There you go.
But we just set a time to do it.
Yep.
Because I found that was easier. So it was just an idea. So, yeah.
There you go. And I guess that somewhat answers what Maria was saying, because I don't think I did, Maria. Yeah, look, I don't know what the program's called, but Jason, who works for us, just organised for the Filipinos to do it. And all they've done is they've just gone and cut up all my stuff. We cut it up here into little 9-minute segments, and they're just pumping it out every day for me. So I'll be scrolling through from, I guess you can see me, I think John Moore's got me on at the moment promoting his thing too. I keep on seeing me doing a testimonial for him, so I get to the stage. I do like me, but I'm getting to the stage where I've had enough of me, Now, after lunch, guys, we'll do that question before we go, but after lunch, guys, we've got Mitch Gibson coming on, and how Mitch came in contact with us was courtesy of Maria. a couple of years ago, Maria was using him for doing Facebook advertising. She's using someone else these days, but she was using him for a little while, and so she introduced him to our environment, and I spoke to him. There's a guy in Sydney who owns a company called LBD Marketing, and he does basically all of the social media ads, so he'll do LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and the whole lot. And we think he's okay. I mean, everyone has their own views on these things, but he certainly does a good job for us, and a number of our members use his services. So I've asked him to come through after lunch on a Skype call and just run through what he believes are the important things that you need in your Facebook ads. He's not flogging anything, okay? He's not flogging any of his services or anything like that. It's just that he's living and breathing this all the time. And given that I told you first up this morning that the theme of this should be events and social media, okay? What I want you to walk away from tomorrow is events and social media, because that's really what I think. I mean, we try and pick a couple of things when we do these things each time, and I think this particular one should be on events and social media. And if you want to sell once to many, the best thing to do is hold an event. And if it's not like this, it'll be a webinar or podcast. And as far as communicating those events or communicating stuff that you've got, we know that it's not newspapers and TV anymore. It's going to be social media. So he'll be on straight after lunch. So if we break now, it's 1:30. How about we see you guys? There's plenty of cafes and restaurants around here. By the way, one question before we go. Sorry. Yeah.
Just as this gentleman said over here, what's the difference between doing the live as opposed to recording it and putting it up afterwards? Is there a massive difference?
In views, you mean?
In the response.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. It's sort of, even though with the recorded ones, we've got the live up the top. There's another one called Premiere. I don't know whether you've seen that, but some people use the Premiere program, which makes people think it's live, but it's recorded. But there's some cheeky underground stuff that you can get that actually says live, and it's almost an intuition that we all have, and you go, nah, that's not live. I don't know how they do it. I mean, people are probably more intuitive than I am. But yeah, you'll find that the real live ones will probably still get a 25% better view rate than the other ones. But nonetheless, look, seriously, we're up to, with some of them going, aren't we? We're not much past 5,500. About 5,500 would be the best, wouldn't it, that we have? Yeah.
Also repost them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
that's the beauty of
exactly. Yeah.
using them as well. So whilst you're doing new ones, you still repost your content.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But look, if you're doing for a living what I do, which is advice, then you can talk underwater. So you can just bloody turn the damn thing up at any time. I mean, I think I've turned it on once or twice. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. But then you kill 10 minutes and you think, oh, geez, I shouldn't plan for any of these things. But if you're not in my game where you're, machine gunning advice all the time, then yes, it won't be as easy. I understand that. If there's any chance at all that in your office, like for example the machine chicks, okay, who got their nickname at one of our other events because they sell machines, so I just said machine chicks. These guys are in a business which is a great business, not to say that yours are not, but theirs is greater. And that is they sell counterfeit identification machines, so to retailers to work out whether the money you've just got across the counter is counterfeit. You just wave it across and this thing zaps it and tells you whether they're counterfeit. And they have cash counting machines, like for clubs with poker machines and all that sort of stuff. You pour your money in, it counts it all. So that's the game they're in, and they are both very good in terms of presenting. In fact, you've got expos on this weekend, haven't you, up in Brisbane?
3 in the next 3 weeks.
3 next week. So therefore, they're behind the trestle table with the bowl of Smarties, doing all of that at the expo, and they are very good communicators. Now, you guys would be good to bounce off each other. Rich is not too bad either, but if you're the front people for the business, then it may well be that you would do what Gail and I do from time to time, the Sonny and Cher thing, where you say, oh, look, we've got this fantastic new machine that does this, that, and if you're a retailer, then you ought to think about this. And you've got the ability, because you've got all the machines in your office, you could even demonstrate them. In fact, let's put these girls to the test. Why don't we challenge them that from their expo in Brisbane on Sunday and Monday that you do a couple of Facebook Lives? Yeah. Seriously, yeah. And look, can we just together encourage them? I'll go 1, 2, 3, and all of us just say, bless you, machine chicks, okay? 1, 2, 3, bless you, machine chicks.
From Prefect Agencies, so we get our company out there.
Prefect Agencies, yeah, absolutely. Prefect.
We are perfect.
We are perfect, exactly. You know why? Because when they came on board, I said, isn't it perfect? And they went, no, it's Prefect. And I said, where did Prefect come? And they stopped me and said, it's a long story, we're not going into it. But where did it come from? Because you must get it all the time, perfect agencies, but it's prefect agency. Yeah. I don't know how I got it, but I was actually a prefect at school. I went to a Catholic de la Salle school, and I never got captain of the school. I got vice captain, right? And I was a prefect. And guess who was the one in the headmaster's office for screwing up all the time? It was me. And I remember the headmaster and the de la Salle brothers were pretty tough. They'd go, "You're a prefect." And you only got a prefect because your mates voted you in, of course. You know, the teachers never had anything to do with it. And he said, "You are the worst prefect we've ever had." Because they'd catch me smoking behind the shelter shed and the whole thing. You know. That would be a surprise to you because you would think probably I'd be a model student. Yeah. Okay, so we'll finish up now and we'll come back at 2:30. We'll see you then, okay? Be there or be square. Give yourself a round of applause.